Hey guys, Ryan here from the Rad Owners Forum, and today we're talking about a clicking sound that might be coming from the rear wheel of your rad power bikes. I think the one thing to remember is when you're buying from really any direct-to-consumer e-bike company, one of the hiccups a lot of people have when they buy these bikes is that they can't go to a local bike shop and purchase it, right? Brad sends it directly to your house, and from there you obviously have two options. You can have someone put together, go to a local bike shop, see if they're willing to put together an e-bike for you, or you can do it yourself. And then also, just worth mentioning, VeloFix is a really popular mobile bike shop, which is kind of cool. I don't believe we have it in our area. So I'm speaking to more towards the people that want to kind of put their bike together themselves. I'm not a bike mechanic, just want to put that disclaimer out there, but everything I've kind of learned just by doing it myself. So this might not be how a bike mechanic does it, but it's worked for me, and I've done minor things to my rad wagon since I purchased it. So today we're talking about potential. So really, let me just back up a second. When people receive their bikes, I feel like there's three things that potential issues. Right, the first one is the bike might come damaged from FedEx, or the box might be damaged. We personally did not have any of those issues. Our bike, the box just showed a little bit amount of wear, but nothing was broken in there, and so ours was just fine. And number two, I would say, is like the brake squeaking. So they sometimes need adjustments. And that's also something that I think many people can do yourself. Takes a little bit of time. And then the third thing is this clicking issue. And I think when you're putting together any bike, you really should make sure everything is all tightened down when you're putting it together. So with the clicking issue, all you really need is a little spoke wrench. I have this one here. This is the one that I have on the recommended accessories, mainly because it's cheaper than the Park Tool brand, the actual bike mechanic brand, I guess. I think this was $7 or $8. And this one has all different spoke types. And so we're not really talking about truing the wheel, we're just talking about tightening the spokes. And I kind of did this as a trial and error when I first got mine. And so let's get to how you can tighten your own spokes and to hopefully remedy the clicking sound. So as I mentioned, this has different sizes on it, and you can kind of see, hopefully the video shows up, but they're all labeled. You can see the one I have marked with the Sharpie is the one that says 13. That's the size of spokes for all the rad power bikes. And I just mark it so it's easy if I ever have to do adjustments. We just make, if we have any issues with the sound, and a lot of this happens more so when we're putting weight on the back of the rad wagon. Sometimes you'll only hear it when you have a passenger, and then when you're riding by yourself, you won't hear it. So just small adjustments. And what you basically have to do, and the first thing that kind of tripped me up when I got this, and I didn't do my research, is that it's really opposite. You'd think that you need to get on these and then turn them right, but that's not the case. If I want to tighten this, I'm going to rotate it left. And basically what you do is you just go around to every spoke and tighten it a little bit. I'm not going to do it because mine are all good now, but basically find the loose ones and just kind of test it, go around the wheel until you kind of get a feel for them all. In our case, there was a few of them that were definitely a lot looser than others, and so I kind of went around, loosened all the ones that were very loose, tried out the bike, and then went back, because you don't want to tighten them too much because you could potentially break them. Like I said, this is kind of a trial and error thing, but yeah, and it's really not a big deal. I think a lot of people would maybe see something like this and immediately think that they need to contact a bike shop, and I don't think that's necessarily the case. I think with the value you're getting with rad power bikes, it's totally acceptable that you know you're going to need to buy some things to maintain your bike. And I talked a little bit earlier about the common problems that people have when they purchase their bike. And I just have to say, Rad, and this is the only e-bike I've ever owned, but Rad really stands behind their product. We actually had a warranty claim and Rad took care of it no problem. Obviously now we're out of that 1 year. So I just want to say, like, even if your bike box is damaged or you have any other issues, the one thing that's great about Rad being such a big seller of e-bikes in North America is that they stand behind them and have the support staff to really deal with any issues. And I've heard, that's just not my opinion, I've heard that from lots of others who own Rad powered bikes. So hopefully that helps. I will include a link to this spoke wrench. So if you have a Rad powered bike or you're buying one, at least the 2019 models, we'll see if this continues to be something that people need to deal with. I think it's just good to have, no matter what. It's a cheap thing. So hey everyone, hope you enjoyed that video. If you want to support what I'm doing with the Rad Owners Forum and some of the content that I'm producing, here's 3 easy ways that you can do so. Number 1, you can, if you're buying a Rad Power bike, you can earn a $50 Amazon gift card. I will also receive one. There's a link in the description below, also on my website, radowners.com. Number 2, you can view our recommended accessories pages. This is a bunch of accessories for all the models of Rad Power bikes. Recommended accessories from the community that I've compiled over the last year or so. So you can check that out, also link below. And third, obviously, you can just join the forum, become a member, ask questions, and share your experience with others. Thanks again for watching.